All right, collectors, thanks for joining me today. August 31st, I'm filming this on Saturday, late Saturday, but I kind of got some things going on for tomorrow that I want to make sure that you guys get your early dose of Sunday news from 209 Ed. Of course, my shenanigans cover a little bit more of an independent Marvel, G.I. Joe, military style type situation or type coverage than most of the other guys. There's nothing wrong with Robo, there's nothing wrong with a bunch of the other guys that do the news. This is just my little niche section. I want to show off something. Look at this. I've got my Spiderman, my Japanese Spider-Man shirt on. I don't know. I just saw it, couldn't resist it, had to pick it up. Love it, loving it. Like I said, just enjoying the hobby. That's all I do. I don't take none of this BS shenanigans seriously at all, ever. I'm just having a good time, and I hope you guys are too. You know, none of this stuff is, like I said, this stuff is not penicillin or insulin. You don't need this to live. Let's just have some fun at it. You know, I usually use this, and this is just my PSA moment of the day. It'd take me 30 seconds, 20 seconds. I usually use this hobby to take my mind off of the work, the stresses of everyday life, the shenanigans that happen in the outside world that, you know, I just really don't want to think about. I'm done. Entertain me at this point, right? And you'll notice that I'm talking a little better because thanks to my Wolverine-like healing abilities, except for my back, I might need to cover that in adamantium. But it's healing pretty good. It's healing pretty good. Following the doctor's orders, doing what I have to do to get better and get back out there. Now, there is a special announcement I want to talk about. It just hit me that I need to talk about. There will be, I'm hoping, there's like a 99% chance, if he's still willing to do it, there will be a special guest on the show next week. He's already announced it, but we haven't let people know who it's going to be. He hasn't let people know. I haven't let people know. But what a shock it'll be when it happens. Not really. I think it'll be fun. I think we're just going to go have some fun. It'll be a brief guest appearance on the show. So, you know, it's fun to make connections and have some fun with the guys and just, you know, talk about some toy hunting stuff. And if there's a possibility for it, you know, do some toy hunting together. That's what the hobby's about. Well, you know what? Let's get on to the news. Let's get on to the news. Number one, as always, we start with our G.I. Joe military type, you know, type stuff right off the bat, right? That's the stuff I like to get into, bread and butter. There's not a lot of it. There's not a lot of G.I. Joe stuff right now. Stuff is releasing, but there are no new announcements really, right? I mean, the biggest thing to talk about is Walmart canceling everybody's monkey wrench, right? The other big news is that canceling everybody's crystal ball. The other big news is that monkey wrench is out there. Unfortunately, I didn't order it from Walmart, so I didn't get mine. And I can't order it from overseas right now. That's the other thing. A bunch of other companies have ceased shipments into the US. I think Canada suspended it for a little bit. I don't know if it's back on or not. I believe, I think Toy Snowman did a little story on it. He did a little deep dive into it on how his business model works with these tariffs. Australian Post shut that down. They're like, well, we don't know what shenanigans to do with what. Until we figure it out, we just ain't shipping to y'all. And then the UK, Royal Post, they shut it down too. They're like, we're not exactly sure how we're gonna manage this yet. I mean, I hate it when external forces creep into our toy-loving hobby. But anyways, it is what it is. I'm just telling you out there, not to politicize none of this mess. It just is what it is. The fact is, those countries suspended it. I think it has more to do about how to figure out how to collect those and, you know, set the infrastructure up to do it, if that's what's going to be done. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. Now, let's jump right into, like I said, there's not really a lot of G.I. Joe news. Lots of pre-orders hitting So be ready for that. Yeah, so just be ready for some of them pre-orders. Those are starting to hit now, and they're charging cards, and I hear a lot of sad wallets. Anyways, Gridiron just had a surprise announcement a few minutes ago. The Hound Phase 2. So, you know, you have the Jungle Hound, I think the Desert Hound, and then you have the Swamp Hound, right? Well, now you have the Hound Phase 2 Armor Edition, right? So just like they did with the, you know, the Vamp and the, what's the other one? The, was it the Vamp and the Stinger? They put armor stuff out there for them. They're doing for their own vehicle, the Hound. So I'm excited about that. So I can't wait to see what it is. I just got my Skellies in as well. So I'll show you those in just a minute. And I don't know, do you guys want a review on the Skellies or not? I mean, they're just skeletons from Gridiron. But, you know, it's a skeleton. So the other thing is, like I said, that's it. There's not a lot. There's not a lot, but there were some other pieces of news that are out there. This one actually made me very happy. I know there's some controversy around it. So we're moving on from the military stuff because it's, you know, that's all they got. Maybe they'll announce some more at New York Comic Con or some of the other cons that are later on in the, you know, in the season, but that's all we got. SH Figure Arts Spidey. Anywhere between $70 to $100, depending on where you pre-order it and where you buy it. Who knows? It's just in that $30 price range. But it looks damn good. It looks really good. The coloring is very vibrant. I think the articulation is there. Now, the one complaint that I would have is that, and again, this is not a statue, so it's not as big of a complaint for me as it is for other folks. But they just really did not hide any of those articulation points. Is that a bad thing? I mean, it can be for some people. Some people just really despise seeing the, you know, the silhouette or the statue broken up like that. But it's an action figure. To me, it's like a very, very like, it's like a ticky-tacky complaint, right? It's not really a complaint to me. This is what you had to do to make it an action figure. The word action figure, not action statue, not statue figure. It's action. And so to me, I'm okay with it. Yeah, I really dig it. So here he is in his quintessential, iconic pose in the Marvel vs. Capcom game. There it is. If he can strike that pose, that's some crazy cool stuff. All right, moving on from that, you've got this figure. Now, I only own one of these Marvel Unlimited figures, and that's that beautiful looking Daredevil yellow and red one that they did a while back. I haven't seen Daredevil in that classic costume ever. The other one that I'm thinking about getting is the Spider Knight. I don't know. We'll see if we pick that up or not. I'm kind of digging that. I can't stand that plastic cape. Probably never opened it anyways though, so it don't matter. So you've got Spider-Woman with the Venom costume. Why didn't we use the Black Widow buck? I mean, the Shriek buck for this is fine. It's okay. But can we just use the new Black Widow buck? It is so much better. So much better. Anyways, it's there if you want it. This is one of the ones that I won't be chasing after. This is a Marvel Unlimited that I'm like, whatever. But it is what it is, and it's there if you want to get the Marvel Unlimited subscription. There you go. All right, moving on to some more SH figure arts. Again, $78 to $100, depending on where you order it. They've got Mace Windu up next. It looks cool. My Black Series Windu will do fine. So I'm not gonna get this one, but if you wanna get the BMF, there he is. And then we got some retreads. We got a re-release of the Stormtrooper from SH Figure Arts. There you go. I like it, but I already have an SH, I think I already have an SH Figure Arts Stormtrooper. And so what I usually do, this is my trick, whenever I want to take a picture or something like Star Wars or some type of picture like that, or set up a pose, I usually set up the super articulated Stormtrooper in a really wacky, crazy pose, and the rest of them are kind of midway falling down or getting up. And that does the trick. As long as you have one super articulated Stormtrooper and you put them in a wackadoo pose, that's all you need. It fools the brain immediately into thinking, you know, it's, oh, they're all incredibly, right? So anyways, you've got the re-release of this guy. And then of course you've got Darth Vader re-released once again. So there you go. If you want them, like I said, $78 to $100, depending on where you order it from. So, and also Jada just announced their new Player 2 Cammy. I'm not gonna get this one, but if you guys like it, there it is. I don't particularly like this color scheme of her, but I like the original color scheme way better than this one. So, but it's there if you like it. I am a hardcore Street Fighter fan. I just don't like this version of the color. So would I shy away from it? I never really played Cammy as Street Fighter though. So I just like to see her in her iconic colors, Player 1 colors. So. All right, moving on from that, some more Street Fighter Alpha. Nash from the Street Fighter Alpha 3 collection in Storm Arena. He's looking great. I wonder what kind of, I wonder how he would scale with the Joes, right? That's a cool looking, that's just a cool looking fig. It's just a cool looking fig. I think he'd be a little chunky though, a little bit goofusy with the other Joes. You never know, but $30 is worth it, I think. What else do we have? We have the Club Grayskull Mossman for 30 bucks at Club Grayskull. If you're a hardcore Motu fan, there it is. I love Motu as a kid, but I don't need this one. But Zero if you do. So now, finally, like I said, it's a short news cycle. So it's okay. Sometimes we just don't get a lot of news. What did I pre-order this week? Well, there's a few things I pre-ordered actually. Here they are. Number one, yes, I pre-ordered Nash. It's 30 bucks and I've heard some great things about those figures. So heck yeah, I'm ordering Nash. I also ordered Spidey, the Gamerverse Spidey from SH Figure Arts. Ordered them on Big Bad. It's probably the worst place to order it. But I think there's some other like Hobby Link Japan and some other places, Nin or something like, I don't know. There's some other places where you can order him that might save you 20 bucks or so. But for my lackadaisical and lazy self, you know, with this hobby, because this hobby's not about stressing me out, I went ahead and just put the order at Big Bad and just forgot about it. You know, put the order into Big Bad and Big Bad will take care of it and send it to you for $4 and a markup. That's where they're getting their shipping from, the $4 shipping. They just mark it up in the price. So anyways, there's that. I did also order the Maximum Deadpool. For me, it's kind of I love Deadpool. You guys know that. So yeah, picking up Deadpool. I like it. And then we're picking up Shaft. I forgot what this other, Die Hard. Picking up Shaft and Die Hard from the Youngblood series, the Liefeld Youngblood series. I liked the previous versions of Loose Collector. What was it? Wolf and I forgot who the other one was. I'm already forgetting. The Cable guy. Anyways, I really like those figures, so I was like, I'm picking these up. So that's what I ordered. What did you order? Put it in the comments below. See see if your list differs from mine, or maybe there was something that you ordered that I missed out on. So I don't have a really big haul this week, although I did order something kind of a throwback. I did something that a lot of collectors do. I had to reacquire something, and I reacquired it from a really cool place, and I was happy to do it. I might have even helped out a really good person. So anyways, moving on from that, what's on my hunt list? On my hunt list is, of course, I love visiting the Marvel Islands. One of the things that I've noticed is they haven't been restocking Joes. I think we already talked about that. They've restocked Legends, they've restocked Star Wars. Not one of those dolls that's on there on the Barbie side has sold though. Those things are always stacked. The Hot Wheels has been moving pretty well, and the wrestling on there has been moving pretty good. Yeah, the Joes have not been restocked. No more. The quicks go pretty quick, and then they don't restock them. The Gamerverse stuff has been restocked because I've seen 2 restocks of the Omega Red and Iron Man 2-packs. But I already got an Omega Red, I already got a War Machine. I don't need another retread. Even if they are the special Gamerverse colors or whatever. They don't look to be any specialer to me. Mixmaster, the last Constructicon I need to build Devastator. That's what I want. So I'm on the lookout for that. Still haven't found it, but I have it on pre-order at Amazon. So at some point, I'm going to get it. It's just a matter of when. And then we also have tracks. The Man Collects found several of them. Didn't share with me. Just kidding. I'm just kidding, man. Relax. And actually, sometimes it brings me more joy to go find it on my own. So I like finding it on my own. That's why I toy hunt, man. That's, a lot of you guys get frustrated with the toy hunts. I end up kicking rocks out of a bunch of stores where I never find nothing. Y'all never see those parts. For every one store that I have a good hunt, there's probably about 3, 4, or 5 that was horrible. So I just have a lot of stores in my area, and I don't mind the hunts. Usually either my family comes with me and they do a little shopping, or, I rarely go by myself on the hunts. The family loves to tag along. Yeah. So tag along with me and have Dad buy you a few things. It's always a good deal, at least for them. So what else? Oh yeah, Damon Hellstorm. I've been finding Brother Voodoos, which I really like those Brother Voodoos for fodder. And I'll show you what I'll do. I'll show you later in the week what I did with one of them, just because it's really cool, I think. And then, yeah, something else I did. I think I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to put that one together too. And I don't know about a lot of people, but I know there's a lot of customizers on YouTube. But one of the things I shy away from, and every now and then I'll do a really hard one. As a matter of fact, I've been talking to my good friend Brian, who picked up that new swamp spitter, whatever that new turtle vehicle is. He's doing some tweaks to it, but he confirmed that it might really be a good pickup for 1/12 scale figures that might fit in it. And so one of the things, every now and then I'll do a really hard one, where I got to use some mold. I got to mold some stuff, or I got to use some green putty, or I got to cut into things, or I got to build something into. But usually I don't do super hard customs, because that's so, sometimes people watch them for fun, and then sometimes people watch them to try and do them. And it's so dispiriting, I think, or so, I can't do that. Either the person doesn't have the time or the skill or the equipment or the, product near them so they can do it. So I'll do those every once in a while. At the beginning of the channel, I was doing a bunch of them, and I'm still going to do them. Matter of fact, that swamp one, the turtle vehicle, I'm probably going to do that one. But I try to do easier ones, right? A little bit of kit bashing, a little bit of customizing, and new figure, right? Some soft goods thrown in there, something that people can do with easy to medium level customizing ability, right? Something that people can just do, I get it. Some guys have those 3D printers. I have one. I've yet to break it out. They do all the STL files and the modeling and that, but that's just so unrealistic for some of us, right? It's a lot of time and effort to go do that. I'd rather just pick up the head on eBay, right? Pick up that molded head on eBay. Just sell it to me at that point. But I still want to do something with my 3D printer. You know, I envision my 3D printer would be more about modular building of dioramas. Big, larger pieces of that you could put on, build a room out of, build a alley out of, right? That's what I envision my 3D printing to do. I don't necessarily want to print out guns or print out, you know, action figure hands or nothing like that. That's not what or print out a whole vehicle. Mine is mostly going to be centered around like diorama stuff. And I'm not going to try to sell any of it, really, you know. Might give it away for free. But just because I cannot commit to, you know, that type of stuff. I'm not anywhere near, you know, a Red Atlas or a Pixis or anywhere near Gridiron. So that's not, I'm not trying to do any of that. I'm trying to do some fun stuff for us, just, you know. Anyways, yeah, looking for Damon Hellstorm at Ross, and that's it. That's my pre-order, or that's my hunt list. So guys, let's get over to the pickups and see what we got. All right, collectors, let's run through the haul real quick. Number one, let's start with the deals. We'll run through it real fast. We found 3 Brother Voodoos out there for $5.99 at Ross. Like I said, these are going to be for fodder for a very specific thing. So I'm digging it. Glad I was able to pick those up and I found them. I know some of you guys said, hey, why are you buying those at Ross? Go get them at Ollie's. Well, my Ollie's doesn't have these. And some of y'all said, well, go get them from Temu. Relax. I'm not gonna go buy them at some, I don't know. I know some of y'all do and some of y'all get lucky, but I mean, it's $16.99. I mean, I save $4 and wait a month and a half to get it. Or I could spend the $4 and just get it there. This will probably be my last Halo jumper that I pick up because I think I have another deal to pick the last few sealed already for me. We'll see, but this is probably the last one. I've got quite a few already. I don't think I need any more, but we'll see. And then finally, I found this set at Ross because I think it might have some potential. $6.99. It might have some potential for some fodder, some weapons in there and stuff. Some, you know, tank blockers or road blockers. And I don't know, it just looks like something that could have some potential for me to use on some regular figures. So I picked it up. Plus this little crystal thing right there looks pretty neat. You could, you know, the secret serum or something. Anyways, and there's a wall back here. So I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. I was like, there's definitely some good fodder potential there. All right, let's get over to the, you know, I didn't pick up any comics this week, so there's no comics. But let's get over to the rest of the stuff. And the really cool thing that I picked up from a fellow collector that I didn't even know, he knew a lot about me, this guy. Anyways, one second. All right, I'm gonna do these 2 big pieces separately because it's just a lot. So number one, my good friend over at Hella Dope Toys, wonderful little store, helped him out by picking this up. Yeah, it's another ramen racer. This was the one with the Inferno and the interchange pack. So I picked it up. Sometimes you sell things and then you're like, oh, I could have used it for this, right? That happened to me. I actually had a ramen racer, and then I went to a toy show and I sold it, and then I was like, oh, I could have used it for this. And I was just waiting for one to come up with a really good deal. He had one, he posted it online. I hit him up and there we go. I think it was, yeah, the Hella Dope Toy guy. Aaron? I think that's it. Anyways, thank you, sir. Appreciate it very much. All right, what else did we get that's really big? A lot of people poo-pooed this one. I think it's actually not that bad, and I like it. So it is, just came through the door, the Batmobile from the Batman. I'm gonna compare it to the one that I customized. It's an RC one. It costs about the same price. And I think you can still find it out there. Now, the one that I customized is both doors open, and I did a little paint job on it, so we'll see. It looks like they cheaped out on this one though, because look, you could tell that McFarlane intended these to have lights. Now the RC one has lights, and I think it even has sounds, and it's RC, and it was $100, and this was about 100 bucks. McFarlane, you slipping on us. All right, let's go to round 3. All right, I should have called this out earlier. I did also find this guy, Master Soul, for $6.99, $5.99, $5.99 over at Ross. Just really wanted the head sculpt and maybe the cloak. I don't know, but I just really wanted it. $6.99. It's a really nice head sculpt, so I picked it up. I mean, come on now. What else did we get to the door? We got our Spiderman 77s through the door. Here's the UPC code if you guys are looking for it. One of the few UPC codes I have to show you that I'm looking for, or that you can possibly find at a store. But this was a Walmart exclusive, so Walmart, well done for that one. Anyways, I picked this up online. Oh, I forgot the name of the store. It's off a little store. I think it's... Anyways, I'm gonna have to put the name of the store right here, and I'll put a link to their site since I forgot it. But I picked up these little cases. See that? It's a little crate for Cobra, and they open. Let me see if I can open on the inside. Look at that. And yes, those little containers pop out. So I love it. I got 2 of these, so I picked those up. And I love supporting, you know, local American type business stuff. And from Gridiron, I picked up my Skellies. So they're in here with some berets and some other stuff. So the Skellies are here. Thank you. And then from Arsenal of Pew Pews, a whole assortment of weapons. But the weapons that I most like are this one right here. This cool little sniper gun. And then we have a bunch of fangs. And go to his website, Arsenal of Pew Pews, and you'll see all the fang weapon that I talked about last week. I picked up a bunch of those, man. He sent, and every now and then he'll throw in, now he doesn't know who I am, so he'll throw in an extra, you know, weapon or 2 in there for fun. So I really appreciate that. So Arsenal of Pew Pews, you don't know who I am when I order, but thank you. Keep doing that for your customers. I think that inspires loyalty. I got an extra Declan. There you go. Here's the UPC code that you don't need because they don't sell these at Target or Walmart or anywhere really except Big Bad. So Monster Force Declan, he is a great character, a great buck to customize, and he has a ton of great accessories. So I love this buck. This is a great buck. And then finally, we got I literally bought the Undertaker just for that trench coat. That's it. Here's a UPC code on it. He's probably going to be in the $5 bin when I go to the show next month. So if you want an Undertaker and you don't care that he's missing that trench coat, you can have him for $5. All right. And then finally, what I'm going to get made fun of. It's okay. I don't mind it. I'm not going to curl up in a corner and cry about it. It doesn't matter to me. I like what I like, and so should you. You should buy for yourself, not for everybody else. I don't care if everybody approves of it or not. So number 1, you know, arcades are my kryptonite. They just happen to be made by Pop. So I got this little claw machine for Five Nights at Freddy from that series, and then this little Sonic the Hedgehog arcade from Pops as well. I picked those up. I know they're not to scale. I just have a really hard time when it comes to saying no to arcades. Huge, as you can see. And if you've seen the room tour, you know what I mean. I think I have like 22 arcades now. I don't know, something like that. So that is it. That is everything that we picked up, or all the news that mattered to me. All the stuff that I'm going to be keeping an eye out for. So, guys, what did you guys pick up? Leave it in the comments below. What did I miss? Is there some news that that I should really, you know, take a look at. A few people talked to me about the Metal Gear Solid Shogoken, I think that's what it's called. It looks great. It's like a little tank looking thing. Looks nice, but it's not, it's in the wrong scale. So, okay, you know, if you could fit a G.I. Joe in it, I'm there. I'm buying it. And then somebody else told me about the Operation Rescue, Operation Recall figures, kind of G.I. Joe-ish, done with some of the old G.I. Joe crew. I don't know. I looked at it for a little bit and then I got busy doing something else. So, thank you guys for those suggestions. Keep them coming. I enjoy them. So, that's how I found out about Fans Hobby and their Air Eagle, not Skyhawk, and all of the other things that they're making, the Fang and the Striker. So, yeah, it's just fun to discover new things. So keep them coming. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. Remember, if you're in this hobby and you're stressed out and angry about whatever the mess is going on with it, or some knucklehead YouTuber saying a phrase that you don't particularly like, some of y'all guys get triggered over that. Don't do it. You know, don't get upset about it. It's a hobby. It's just for fun. Enjoy it. Enjoy the hobby. I know I do, regardless of whether you do or not. I do. So thanks for watching. Appreciate every single one of you. Don't take this hobby too seriously. It's, you know, it's jokey jokes. It's all it is. It's just having fun. If you like I will be doing the Trench Viper review here very soon, because I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, if you're liking the reviews, if you're a fan of the customs and a few of them coming up, why not subscribe? If you're digging the news, why not subscribe? What's the worst that can happen? You could meet me at a toy convention and maybe save a few bucks if you're a subscriber. So, special thanks to the members. Their generosity, input, and their guidance allow this big old nerd to bring you better content. As always, as long as you guys keep watching these shenanigans, I'll keep rolling them out.